Good morning, my loves. Happy Sunday. Happy daylight savings time. Here in Arizona, we don't change time. We are boring and consistent year round. It's a beautiful day at the lake. I'm in the dining room, so you really can't see overly well, but it is a beautiful morning. So today's video, I have remade it 4 times. It is guaranteed to piss people off, to push some buttons. It's doing it for a reason. Are your children your priority? I mean, seriously, are your kids your priority? It's not easy being a parent. There are no handbooks. Everybody's telling you what to do and how you should do it, and it's tough. It's really, really tough. I was a single mom, and oh my God. My son's 46. He and his wife have they're married, and they have my granddaughter, who is just stunning, of course. I'm a little bit biased, but they are great parents. I'm very blessed to have my son and my daughter-in-law that are such wonderful parents. But not every child is blessed like that. And that's what we're talking about. Parents who do not allow their children to be their priority. And if you watch this and it makes you mad on a personal level, if you watch this and it triggers you, if you watch this and you turn it off, call me a few bad names, say, what the fuck does she know? I want you to watch it again and again, because it's triggering you for a reason. Something is hitting home. There may be a little truth in this. If you know someone that this might apply to, share it with them, watch it with them, give them the heads up this might trigger them. Be honest, because I am not going to mollycoddle. I am not going to sugarcoat. I am not Willy Wonka. When you have a child, when you become a caregiver of a child, whether you're a foster parent, you're adopting, you're a grandparent, an auntie, an uncle, whatever, that child becomes your priority. That child is the most important thing in your world when that child is in your care. Now, if it's a parent, as soon as that kiddo pops out, that's it. Your world revolves around that child forever and a day. My child's 46, married with kids of his own. He's still my priority. Always has been, always will be. Are you putting your friends before your children? Are you putting work before your kids? Are you putting your coping mechanisms before your kids? That means, are you putting your drinking? Are you putting smoking weed? Whatever you're doing to cope before the safety and support of your child. You may be doing that and you don't even realize why you're doing it. Most importantly, are you repeating generational traumas? Are you doing things to your child that your parents did to you? Maybe you're not doing it intentionally. For some people, it's, well, this is how we did it in my family. Well, honey, that doesn't make it right. It just makes it generational. For others, they don't even realize they're doing it. They're doing it a little differently. Well, I'm not beating them. No, you're just emotionally abusing them instead of physically abusing them, instead of sexually abusing them. Bottom line, abuse is abuse. Neglect is neglect. I got a call from a family a couple of days ago, and it was a friend of a friend. And they just called and said, are you Brenda? I'm a friend of so-and-so. And my friend had already sent me a text that this person may be calling. So it was just a conversation, one-time conversation. And their life has been blown apart because of their, I'm choosing my words carefully, believe it or not, because of their generational traumas, because of their lack of priorities or inappropriate priorities. So here's what happened. Mom and dad are not together. I was a single mom. Hey, it happens. We deal with it. We do the best we can every day. In this case, dad has his own life. He has, built his own life separate and apart. They were never married. Okay, dad has moved on. Mom has, she still isn't attached to him or anything. It's just that she's the primary caregiver. Dad is kind of in and out of the picture a little bit, but he still is considered, I can't talk, they are still co-parenting, so he is considered a co-parent. So mom gets home from work, she's stressed with her job and her social life and everything going on in her life. So she comes home, gets the kids fed. After dinner, it's homework, get your baths, get your showers, get in bed. Well, the kids need a little more than that. She has 2 or 3 kids. They need more of her than that. They want to sit with her. They want to talk with her. One isn't feeling good and wants to snuggle. She isn't in the mood for it. And it's, go talk to your brother or sister. Go play, go read a book, go play a video game. Not now, I'm busy. Can't you see I'm on the phone? Can't you see I'm doing this? Can't you see I'm doing that? God, stop hanging all over me. You are so needy. There is a lot of profanity used in this family as well. And the kids just feel like everything is more important than they are. Because I had the opportunity in front of her to talk to the kids. And she said, say whatever you want, it's okay. Because she's just had it by the end of the story. She is just, the kids feel everything and everybody is more important than they are. That they don't matter anymore. Her friends are more important. Talking to grandma, talking to her sisters, talking to her friends, talking about work, whatever she's doing on social media, whatever is on Netflix, everything is more important than they are. Keep in mind, a child will view life through the lens of a child. A child is not an adult. They do not have an adult lens. They may be very bright. They may be very articulate. They are still a child. So do not expect a child to see things like you do. They're a child. A child will see some tiny little situation in their life. Maybe somebody stole their favorite pencil at school. Maybe one of their best friends isn't talking to them anymore and has a new best friend and it hurt their feelings. Maybe they didn't, make a sports team, whatever the case may be. It's big to them. They need you. They don't need you telling them they're not important. Get over it. Never tell your child, oh, you're fine. They're not fine. Think back when you were their age, the things that you went through. How did you feel when you really needed your parent? You needed that hug. You needed to talk. You needed to feel safe and secure. You needed somebody's guidance and wisdom. You just needed to feel safe and loved and validated. You needed to be heard. And they looked at you and said, oh, you're fine. Go play. Stop hanging on me. God, get away from me. How did that make you feel? You're doing it to them. Ring a bell? In this situation, mom drinks. Not a lot, but she drinks. Mom does a lot of weed. And mom also has a vape pen. And the vape pen, we found out later in the story, it's not just a vape pen. It's a CBD pen. Oh, but it's not just a CBD pen. It's a CBD/THC pen. So the kids are feeling they don't matter. They're just second place to life. And mom had commented. One of them picked up the pen and was looking at it. She snapped it out of their hands and said, hey, I need that. Leave it alone. Don't touch that. I need this to survive. That's what she told me, she said. But she didn't mean it like that. Yeah, of course she didn't. So, the youngest one, first grade, everybody's going to school the next day, picks it up, puts it in his backpack, takes it to school. Well, if it helps mom with her coping, Maybe it'll help him too. He's watched mom use it enough. He knows what he's doing. And he gets caught. Well, he's escorted to the principal's office because 6-year-olds are not allowed to smoke. I know. And parents are called. Both parents are called. Now it's getting interesting. So the little boy's in trouble for, bringing it to school and using it at school. And the little boy admitted, God bless him, this little guy took accountability. He admitted, I did this. Yes, I did. Why did you do it? Well, mom says it helps her. I thought it might help me. Because he's having some anxiety in his classroom. So he had his reasons. He had his rationale. A little misguided, but it's what he was taught. It's what mom taught him. Kids they learn what they live. Mom and dad show up. Well, dad isn't happy being pulled away from work. Mom isn't happy having been pulled away from work. And then she finds out why. Dad did not know about her marijuana use. Dad did not know about the CBD/THC pen. Dad's going through the roof, of course. Does mom accept accountability? No. Does mom make excuses? Yes. Is mom blaming the kids for all of this? Yes. If you weren't so needy, if you weren't this way, I wouldn't need this. Really? Really? You're going to blame the kids for your addiction. You're going to blame your kids for your problems at work. You're going to blame your kids for not getting along with coworkers and having problems with family members and friends. And seriously? But that's what she was doing. She was just coming unglued all over this little guy. He accepted accountability. So the little one goes over to mom. This is in the principal's office. So you have the principal there, the guidance counselor, the school therapist, and, mom and dad, and the little one. And the little one's crying because she's yelling at him. You're not supposed to get in my stuff. You're not supposed to touch this, and on. Little boy's crying. And he goes over to give her a hug and apologize, and she pushes him away and said, get away from me. I don't even want to see you right now. She pushed him maybe a little harder than she intended, and he fell. And he bumped his head. He wasn't hurt, but he bumped his head. Dad comes unglued at mom then and grabs her arm. Okay, things are getting out of hand. So now the parents are getting physical with each other. The police have to be called because the parents are now getting physical with each other on the school premises in the principal's office. The school is offering an out. We can get you into family therapy and just kind of let this go with a warning. I don't need help. I need kids that behave, and I need a better job, and I need more from him, and I need... Take a breath. Take the helping hand that is being extended to you. But she didn't. The police show up with Child Protective Services. It's spun totally out of control now. She's furious. I mean, she's on a whole new level of pissed off. And she's blaming the child. This is all that child's fault. You're just like your dad. Yeah. Just what the child needs to hear right now. Please make your child your priority. Please. Very long, ugly story. It does have a happier ending. The kids, all 3 kids, went home with dad, spending the weekend with dad. Mom needed to cool off. Mom is getting therapy. She couldn't get into anybody till this next week, but her friend said, talk to Brenda. Brenda's not going to candy coat anything. She's a straight shooter. What she's going to say is going to hurt, but you need to hear it. You can imagine the conversation that we had. I'm sure she has the best intentions. Her life is a snow globe. Being a single parent is very difficult. You have so many stressors and pressures on you. She needs to tell the dad, you need to step up. You really need to step up. Maybe he needs to step up more financially. Maybe he just needs, to be more active and involved in the lives of the kids. Whatever it is, tell him. He doesn't know by osmosis. Yeah, he knows he should be more involved, but maybe he's been told not to be. Because she told him, you're no help. I don't even want you around. He got the kids on his designated days. That was it. Those kids need both parents. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't drink. He's not abusive. They got together very young and had babies. It didn't work out. He's moved on. She's resentful. Her life isn't what she wanted it to be. Well, honey, your life is what it is. And now we have to find the best way to help you deal with that. And there are a lot of people out here to help you, but you have to, A, accept accountability for the shit show that your life is right now. And you have to put your ego aside, put your hurt feelings aside, put your pride aside and say, I want help, I need help, get me the help I need. What's it going to take? Help's available because you're worthy. Help's available because your children are worthy. I want you to reflect on how you were raised, what your life was like growing up. How many times were you pushed aside? How many times were you told to go away? How many times were you told, you're just like your father, you're just like your mother, you're just like, and how that cut you to the core. Things like that are core wounds. We talk core wounds, that's a wound that cuts you to your core. Everything that happened in that principal's office that day, that is a huge core wound that child is going to carry with them forever. It's a core wound that both the parents are going to carry too. Will the mom ever accept accountability? Don't know. Will the dad ever stop blaming the mom and be supportive? Don't know. Is the child going to develop better self-esteem, get into therapy, learn it's okay to feel whatever you feel, that it's going to be okay, we're going to get you the help you need? Yeah, because the kids, all of the kids, are now in therapy. Dad, the school arranged for the kids to get into therapy over the weekend on Saturday, because a lot of counselors will see kids on Saturday because they're in school during the week. Dad made it happen. He may not have stepped up in the past, but he's jumping through hoops right now. And I'm not going to get into the he said, she said of mom and dad. It doesn't matter right now. What matters to me right now, these kids get the help they need. That these kids feel loved and nurtured and supported and heard and validated, that they know that their thoughts, their feelings, their hopes, their dreams, their fears matter to both their parents, that they are worthy of love, that they're worthy of being heard and accepted and respected and cherished, that no matter how big you mess up, your parents are going to always love you. Always. You're never going to disappoint them. They're always going to be there. They're always going to welcome you with open arms and say, come here, come on. It's okay. We all mess up sometimes. It's okay. That's what they need. Stop the cycle of generational abuse. Stop the trauma. Accept accountability. Make your child the priority. And I know it pissed some people off. Am I going to say I'm sorry it pissed some people off? No. Because your child is worthy of being validated and heard and respected and loved and nurtured. Your child is worthy of feeling safe and protected. And so are you.